It takes most streamers years to make Twitch partner, but Pete Fox did it in under 6 months. And he wasn't even trying.
I got rated by some of the bigger DJs, and all of a sudden I had 500 viewers. I feel like once you start like building up a channel or a network, you gotta focus on one thing. I thought I would never ever touch music again.
So how do you go from I quit music forever to Twitch partner in 6 months, pulling 500 viewer raids? In this video, I'll break down exactly how Pete Fox blew up on Twitch in record time, the strategy that turned viewers into thousands of followers in just months. And by the end, you'll know the specific pieces of his approach you can steal even if you're starting from zero. And yes, we're talking money too.
Where I am at right now, I can make maybe
because Pete is brutally honest about how far Twitch income actually goes. But first, who is this guy? Meet Pete Fox. He's a Danish DJ and producer ranked among the elites with more than 60 gold and platinum releases. He's been on global stages from Shanghai rooftops to Ibiza clubs, and now he's based in Los Angeles. For me, when I think of Pete, I think of happy big vibes.
I play happy music. I don't try to be underground, don't try to be I just play whatever makes me feel good vibes, and a lot of it is dance music from the 2010s, like the early 2010s.
Pete started DJing as a teenager. By 17, he had his first club gig. By 18, he was releasing records in Europe and touring. And that sounds like a dream, right? But then,
in 2013, I played almost 400 gigs in a year. Yeah, that turned out to be too much, so I burned out.
400 gigs in a year. That's not just hustle, that's self-destruction disguised as ambition. And plenty of DJs still believe the myth. If I just play more, post more, stream more, then I'll finally break through. But for Pete, doing more almost killed the thing he loved, so he quit. He stepped away from music, and almost a decade passed. And then someone gave him the one piece of advice that might have saved everything.
I saw myself in getting divorced and in a hole, and an old friend of mine told me, hey, why don't you try making music again? Music is healing. A couple of my old colleagues from back in the day, so I'm from Denmark originally and grew up there, and of course I have a network in the DJ community there, and a good friend of mine, Fogard, was one of them, and when I started making music again, I kind of started feeling, hey, maybe I should try DJing again, because I actually really liked that back in the day. I had an old account that I never really used, and just logged on, and one night I had maybe 8 viewers, but I got that little tickle that I had back in the day when I actually thought DJing was fun, when I really liked doing it.
Now this is important. He did not come to Twitch to become famous or make a living streaming. He came to Twitch looking for a way back into music that didn't destroy him again. And that mindset quietly shaped everything he did next, especially how he grew so fast. Pete didn't magically spawn 500 viewers. His first night on Twitch, 8 people. But Pete has an unfair advantage that he knows how to use, and it's all about the way you show up.
Part of it is really I'm a huge gear nerd, and I have a background in video production and that kind of stuff. So had some gear laying around, and I'm very much about high-end audio quality and video quality and making sure things look and sound great. So that helped me a lot getting started, like making an impact with people. So hey, who's this guy that all of a sudden from day one looks professional?
Now this is where many DJs will misread the signal. They hear gear nerd and assume, cool, I guess I need a $5,000 camera to grow on Twitch. You don't. You need 3 things: audio that's clean, a camera shot where people can actually see you and the decks, and a layout that looks intentional and not chaotic and messy. And that's what Pete nailed. He used the gear he already had and made sure everything matched his vibe. Happy music, high energy, massive lasers, the biggest on Twitch, and a stream that immediately says you're in the right place. So when those big raids hit, people stayed because the room felt right the moment they walked in.
I got rated by some of the bigger DJs, and all of a sudden I had 500 viewers. So it was literally like from zero to boom, from one day to another.
But here's what matters. Those raids didn't come out of thin air. Pete already had a history with DJs like Fogard and Janus Loring from his touring days in Denmark, and they were among the first people he reconnected with when he returned to music. They supported him right away.
So I really owe it to Forgard and Janus Lowring, also a close friend of mine for back in the day. Those are the guys that really showed me Twitch, but also supported me when I started.
So yes, he got big raids early, but it wasn't luck. It was relationships, reputation, and a community already in motion. And that's what I want you to take away from this. Raids alone do not build a channel. If you're not plugged into the culture and the community, Twitch will humble you fast. Pete came from the IRL DJ world, but he is not romantic about it.
I come from a background in the IRL DJ community where everyone is backstabbing each other and trying to get ahead and trying to get gigs and willing to do anything. There's not really a community. There's people that know each other well and become friends, but very, very small cliques, if you will.
Gatekeeping, clicks, and cool kid lists. Twitch tries to flip that on its head by making growth depend on how good you are at playing with others. Being able to raid into other channels and communities is one of the things no other streaming platform offers.
I feel the difference here in Twitch is the rating system forces you to become friends, because if you're not nice to others, if you're not, actually partaking in this community and willing to be part of it and be, a good person around others and help each other, then no one's gonna rate you, and you are depending on those rates to grow your channel. There's just no way around it. You can't. So
Pete leaned in. And from building those relationships, he's done collaborations with Sushi Dragon and the Office Drummer. He's worked on the festival and Audisol events and built real relationships and friendships.
I've obviously Sushi Dragon. I've done a lot of stuff with. We just became instant friends when we were put together to do the festival event this summer. And just became good friends because we were equally nerdy and just started thinking out about things, and we'll be doing something together for New Year's as well that I can't really talk too much about yet. But that and recently the Office Drummer, which I know through Sushi Dragon as well, because they're good friends, and he introduced me there, and now we become friends and been doing some stuff with him as well. And I feel like it's really just I'm just taking things as they come. I just like being around people and talking to people and experiencing what's there to be experienced.
Here's the takeaway: your stream quality matters, but your off-stream behavior matters more. Pete hangs out in chats, he's in Discords, he shows up as a real person, not just a raid target. And when you combine that with how he treats his viewer numbers on stream, well, you'll see why he grew so fast. Pete has one skill you cannot buy: years of reading crowds in clubs. And now he just does it with a chat box and a viewer counter.
Twitch is very, very brutally honest, and I love that about it also. It's not like a nightclub where people go and they're forced to stay there because now they paid to get in and they're with their friends and they just bought a table and stuff like that, right? Like at Twitch, you can just click on another channel if you don't like the music, and people do that. So it's brutally honest, and I keep an eye on my viewer count when I play, exactly the same way as I would at a nightclub. Look at the dance floor, try to read the room, right? Try to read the chat, the energy. That's what I feed off of. So why I keep going for a long time when I play. I really feed off of it. The second that it starts dying down, like the second that the viewer count goes down significantly, or the chat starts completely dying, then okay, I'm gonna raid out and go to bed. But as long as I have the energy, I'll keep going.
This is where a lot of DJs spiral. The numbers dip, their energy drops with it, and suddenly they're grasping for anything to bring the room back. I know because I have fallen prey to this myself. But Pete does the opposite. He sticks to what he loves, and he uses the numbers as information, not validation.
Again, I don't see myself too good to play the same song 3 times in a night if it freaking works, because I know there will be different viewers, and if I like it myself, I'll freaking play it. I don't care. There's credible DJs that are the cool kids on the block. I don't see myself as that. I just play for the crowd, and I just play to be happy.
So what you can take from this is that it's okay to watch your numbers, but don't chase them. Use them like a mirror, and before you decide, I'll just stream 15 hours a day like Pete, we need to talk about money and burnout, because what he says might change your whole plan. From the outside, it's easy to assume big raids, fast partnership, he must be rolling in Twitch money, but Pete is very clear.
It's hard, and I don't personally want to do it again, also because I've been at that point where it's not fun anymore, where it becomes a job to me. And for me to have fun with it and deliver a product that people actually want to watch. Where I am at right now, I can make maybe $1,000-$1,500 after taxes and everything in a month. So obviously it grows as your viewer count grows and your following grows. That's obvious. I would have to grow it quite a bit more for me to sustain a living in Los Angeles and with 2 kids, and make sure that I can pay all the bills.
Now, Twitch can absolutely be a solid income stream, but if you build your whole life on, I'm going to quit my job and live off Twitch, you're setting yourself up to hate streaming, and your chat will feel it. So Pete treats Twitch like this. It's a serious creative outlet, real community, real money, but not his main oxygen tank. That allows him to do those wild 15-hour streams when he feels like it and disappear when he doesn't.
I never plan a stream. I tried doing it, the schedule thing. It just never hit one. I 100% do it by when I feel like it. I see, okay, tonight I'm not doing anything. I feel like streaming. I'm going to go do it. And I don't know if it's going to be 3 hours or it's going to be 5 hours. And then it's end up being 15 hours. And it usually ends up being 15 hours because I can't stop when I get started. I'm just like, I feed off of the energy and really feel so good about, just being there, being part of this thing and giving people a good time. That's always been what it's been about for me. Also DJing in real life is, that feeling that you see, people reacting to the things you're playing and giving them a good time. I just feed off of that and I can't stop when I get started.
You hear it all the time. Stick to a strict schedule, grind it out, never miss a stream. But Pete is proof that forcing yourself to go live when you're drained helps no one. Protect the fun first. If the energy isn't there, the schedule won't save you. And if you're watching this thinking, okay, I get it, but I still have no idea where to start or restart, you don't need to spend months stumbling through the same trial and error like I did. I built the DJ Livestream Bootcamp to shortcut the entire process, using what I learned from my own journey and from friends like Pete, who figured this out fast. The tech, the setup, the mic presence, the community piece, I have already made every mistake so that you don't have to. And if you want to start streaming and grow in a fraction of the time it normally takes, hit the link in the description and get all the details.